This is the Navigating and Conquering Social Media for Your Business breakout session. Is everyone in the room they want to be in? Okay, do you enjoy it? We're going to run it again in another hour so you can stay and hear the wisdom twice. I'm Jen Crowley. I'm an owner and founder of Highland Group. It's a marketing advertising agency here in West Michigan. And with me today I have Bill Kirk, Lindsay Waller, and Chris Reinbold. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, but I'm hoping that today you'll find it to be a really interesting panel discussion because each one of these people represents a completely different kind of business in their intent and engagement for how they're using social media, and also a variety of platforms. So we have with Chris, more of a traditional business to consumer approach, but with a little bit of a funky twist. And with Lindsay, a business to business approach, and with Bill, working for a public agency. So we only have 45 minutes, but to make it valuable, I want you guys to feel free to ask questions, and I have several prepared if you guys just want to sit back and listen, but raise your hand and we'll call out and you can talk to all of them directly. Okay? Good so far? All right. I'm going to let each one of you introduce yourself, and what I'd like you to do is just say your organization and the role of social media, like kind of what role you play in that. And then can you let everyone in the audience know what are your key platforms that you use? Not maybe every platform you're on, but the ones that you're more engaged in. We'll start there as an introduction. Cool. Okay, go ahead.
My name is Bill Kirk. As Jen said, I am the public outreach coordinator for the Rapid, which entails a variety of things, one of which is our social media management. And we primarily use Facebook and Twitter. Those are our most important. We are engaged on Flickr and a handful of other ones, but the ones that are most useful and important to us are Facebook and Twitter.
I'm Lindsay Waller. I am the marketing coordinator for Bean Garter. We're the largest locally owned accounting firm, so very different than what Bill does. We actually focus on LinkedIn, which I know that's totally kind of uncool, but it's the professional platform, and so it's a great tie for our accountants. But we do also have a presence on Facebook and Twitter that's great as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Reinbold. I'm 6'4". I like long walks on the beach, movies, and I own a company called 610 Ventures that I've started several businesses over the past 10 years. About 2 years ago, my wife and I co-founded the Funky Buddha Yoga Hot House, a hot yoga studio on Lake Drive. We were fortunate that we've been using Facebook from day one, and even before that, to really kind of get some interest into our pre-launch. So Facebook has been phenomenal for us. We also do things on Foursquare, on Twitter, Flickr, and we've got a couple of other more proprietary social things that we do. And then...
Excellent. So I'll turn the table on the audience, maybe by a show of hands. How many people here are using social media for their business or organization? Most? Okay. How confident are you? Very confident. Raise those hands high. Medium confident. Keep them down if you're like just getting started. Okay. Little mix. And I just have sort of another general question. I'm not going to ask you to say it specifically, but do you have a sense of your return on investment? What you get out of using social media for your business? Sort of? Maybe a few? So some things to keep in mind as you think about your questions. I'd like to start first by just saying, like, how do you guys view social media as part of your marketing and communications strategy? You want to start, Chris?
Sure.
Okay.
Our demographic is typically anywhere from 20 to around 50 years old. And so that community is very engaged, not only with the web, but social media. And so a lot of what we do is social media related, is web strategy. And so it's been critical for us. And lots of different parts drive each other in that area. And so...
What do you want it to accomplish for your business?
Well, it basically is kind of a way of people engaging with us where they can get a taste of what we're all about, whether they've been to our studio or not. And so I'll just use our Facebook page as an example. We post usually something every day, and none of it is really sales related, or come see us, or come to this event, or buy this package. It's always about providing value. And so our posts are something that are going to be motivational or inspirational or something that people can use And usually it's not something that's super long. We try to keep it at maybe a sentence, maybe 2 sentences. And so with all the content out there, it's easy for people just to see something that's long and just lose interest. And so I think it's really important. For us, it's critical just to keep things so it's short, it's simple, and people can really engage with it and connect with it.
So Bill, how does that compare and contrast with how you guys think about it?
Yeah, well, for us, it's really twofold. As a public agency, obviously, our mission is going to be different than a private company. So primarily, I view our most important use of social media and what it can do for the Rapid as making people aware of what's going on with our service, be it a detour or an extension or an expansion or things like that. Because really, in a lot of ways, our social media channels are just an extension of any of our outreach to any of our riders. So I view that as kind of one aspect of it, to make sure that we're trying to keep information as current as possible for people that use our service. But then the other side of it would be more comparable probably to a lot of your businesses and what you do, in the sense that we can use it as a way to educate people about our service, about public transportation in general. And since I've been on board, which has been about 1.5 years, I've tried to really focus on using it as a tool to humanize our agency in the eyes of the general public, non-riders and riders both. Because I think a lot of good advice I've gotten from other people in our industry is to do that, to use social media to take a transit agency and make it seem less bureaucratic and off in the distance and more human to riders. So those are the two things I try to make it work for us.
To make something approachable, that's one of the best things you can do is to make your business approachable, and Facebook or Twitter is a great way to do that.
Yeah.
So, Lindsay, can you humanize a accounting agency?
We're trying one day at a time. You know, social media has become a critical part of our marketing plan, and it does allow us to do just that. It allows us to humanize some of our CPAs, let people aware of the tax news that's happening, that our CPAs are approachable and they're funny, believe it or not. At least one of them is. So it's been really great for us. But from a little bit different standpoint, using LinkedIn, it allows us to connect with different community leaders, prospective companies and their stakeholders, and it's been really great from that standpoint as well.
Can you talk maybe a little bit more, because your approach is not, with LinkedIn, has been a little bit different than just, hey, we're on Facebook, we're going to start posting and trying to collect fans. Can you talk a little bit more about how you made that initiative work internally?
We actually, Gina and I, who's sitting right over here, we actually sat down and created a whole LinkedIn plan. We wanted our staff and our partners to actually engage in the platform instead of just creating a profile and saying they're on LinkedIn. We have them participating in groups, participating in discussions, actually engaging in discussions, reaching out to different organizations on LinkedIn, and actually being an active member. It's also great for researching prospective clients and organizations. We also initiated a rewards program to get our staff involved, because even though some of our staff is pretty young, they didn't see the inherent value in social media, which is surprising.